probably caught the tail end of the national anthem performed by the Longmont Band, and the Longmont Trojans are taking to the field. Welcome into tonight's football broadcast between Erie and Longmont. And in a lot of ways, even though it's not the official title, this is for the league championship. Whoever wins tonight will be league champions no matter what happens next week, as both teams undefeated in league play coming into tonight. They therefore would hold the tiebreaker over the other team. Erie has Greeley West next week, and so tonight, really, it's all or nothing for the Tigers. You want to make the playoffs, you want to host a playoff game, tonight is the night to show up in a big way. And joining me is Dylan Richardson. And Dylan, what is kind of the vibe among the students and players?
I think the student base at the high school has definitely realized that this is the biggest game of the season for the Tigers. It's definitely not the toughest game of the season, but it is the biggest. The Tigers, as you said, have to win this if they want to get a home playoff game in a couple weeks. And this is a Longmont team that the Tigers, they beat last year, and they're hoping to just replicate that success this year.
All right, well, the Tigers come in at 4-4. The Longmont Trojans come in at 4-4. We've talked about the stakes. We will get started with kickoff here pretty soon. Let's see how much time we got. It says about 1:20. We will hold off on D-Rich picks till the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. That'll give us maybe a chance to look at how you're doing so far in your picks this week, because there'll be some scores rolling in throughout the state. It's been a busy week for you. I know you ran in cross-country regionals. It's been a busy week on the Erie Tiger Network, as well, we've streamed just about everything we could this week. But tonight should be a fun game, and then tomorrow we'll be back on the air for the softball Final Four game. So lots going on here. The last 48 hours and the next 24 hours here on the Erie Tiger Network, and hopefully it's all positive and good. The team's meeting out on the field, and if the Tigers are going to win tonight, what are they going to have to do here, Dylan?
Tigers are going to have to just establish some momentum early. I think the running game is a big part of their play. Last week, they definitely got points on the board early, got the momentum rolling, and then their defense made a couple of key stops, which let them get the big lead. And they just got to replicate that this week, and they can hopefully come up with a league title.
Well, we're back in Everly Montgomery Field, where we were just a week ago when we saw the Erie Tigers as they steamrolled through Silver Creek. They didn't give us that running clock, but you never know. It's a new week. Who knows what's bound to happen, as the Longmont Trojans, wearing their blue helmets, blue jerseys, white pants, always a classic look from Longmont. The Tigers wearing all white with the orange crowns here tonight. And Chad Jameson will be our main camera operator tonight. Special thank you to Chad, who has been with us all season. He volunteers for this, folks. We do not pay him, so send him your love and appreciation, for those of you that know him, when you see him, because he is more than deserving of that. Well, here we go. Tigers will dummy the onside kick. Harner will step back, and we are about to be set on our way here in this de facto league championship game. Harner will send it deep, and this one will be into the end zone for a Trojan touchback. By the way, that blank orange spot on the scoreboard is typically where we'd have a time. We don't have the ability on the road right now. We need a couple more resources to have the time. There's potential, I guess, later on in the playoffs when we have a couple more crew to put a camera on the scoreboard or something, and at least put the clock in that little box.
I know last time we tried to put a camera on the scoreboard, it didn't go so well for us, but
yeah. 1st and 10 here for the Trojans. Low snap, pirouetting snap. Tigers giving chase, and that one is thrown out of bounds by Colby Holmes, the starting quarterback for this Trojan side. So, by the way, Abby Umbenauer, a shout out to her. She covered softball with us today and now is producing this game for us on the football side. So it's been a long day for her as well. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Holmes in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion across the formation. Actually, that is not Holmes. It was a direct snap. Yes, it was Holmes. Colby Holmes takes the direct snap and runs it ahead for a couple yards.
Yeah, and a good start from the Tigers, preventing the run early. And now they have a first down, or third down, excuse me, early in the game that they need to come up with a stop.
So 3rd and 9, a 1-yard pickup there for Holmes. We've talked about Tigers and their personnel on defense. They've tweaked it from week to week. Holmes sends Strandberg in motion. There's a pass to him out in the flat, and that is well covered. Derek Hall was there. And so Strandberg makes the catch, a gain of about 5 yards. And that'll bring up 4th and a long 4 here for the Trojans. And they look like, hey, we're going to be riverboat gamblers tonight. We want to win this thing. So it looks like they're going for it. 4th and 4, big play early on in this game. Hard count. Tigers stay disciplined. Holmes checks in with the sideline. Trojans will reset the formation here. They'll send a man in motion. They will run this play, handoff up the middle. The Tigers stuff it short of the line to gain, and they get the 4th down stop, and they will have tremendous field position, and the Tigers sideline is pumped up.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that call. Looked like maybe for a second they had a punter back behind the quarterback, but the direct snap and a big stop for the Tigers early, and now they have a chance to quickly jump on after kicking off and score early in this game.
Yeah, it was a big stop for the Tigers, and Blake Barnett will come out onto the field here for Erie. He's got 4 wide out, 2 by 2. Takes the snap, fires it out to Meredith. He's across the 20, breaks a tackle up the 10, and he's finally corralled out of bounds around the 5.
Yeah, and that was a good read from Blake, the cornerback for Longmont, playing in deep coverage, and the screen was there. And Tigers' big play, first down of the game.
So from the 27 down to the 5. A nice little 22-yard pickup from Barnett to Meredith. Now Barnett, he'll check the play at the line. Gets the snap, looks to his left, fires the slant into the belly of Lettuce, or actually that was Josh Levine, and couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, and that was a good play there by the cornerback for Longmont to keep the Tigers out of the end zone. Tigers still 2 more chances to get in.
2nd and goal here from the 5. It's, I believe, Lusk behind Barnett. They'll pitch it here to the near side. Lusk lowers his head, breaks a tackle, stretches toward the goal line. A 4-yard run. He'll be stopped about a yard short.
And now Tigers got to come up with a big 3rd down after coming up with a stop on 3rd down last time. And 3rd and 1, 6 points here in the first minute and a half would be huge.
So Barnett under center, scans the defense here. Takes the snap, pitches it to Lusk, cuts up the field, met near the 1, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. Really, he was met near the 2. There was pressure in his face, and he had to cut it into the teeth of the defense, and he got it down to maybe the half-yard line.
And it looks like the Tigers are going to match Longmont's 4th down gamble and go for it here.
So here come the Tigers. Again, under center is Barnett. 2 wide to the far side. I think Barnett could maybe just leap and put the ball across the plane. He's going to hand it off. Lusk, right side, met near the goal line, and he is stuffed. And the Tigers unable to score on 3 straight runs inside the 5, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Blake didn't just reach over. It looked like he had it. And Tigers turn it over, but still have a long field for Longmont.
Yeah, that's always why I like, especially in high school football, going for it down there. And now Longmont will have 1st and 10 from their own 1. 99 yards to go are the Trojans as they'll come back out on the field. There's the snap, handoff, knifing through the middle. Decent gain there on 1st down. Got it across the 5 to the 6. They officially, by the way, spotted at the 2, so a little 4-yard pickup there in the middle for Cole Gaddis.
Yeah, and that's a good play to get out of the end zone for Longmont, and now they have a little bit more breathing room here on 2nd down.
Trojans here, 2nd and 6. Kind of that, it's almost like a flex bone formation out of a pistol with Holmes. Holmes will hand it off, and that one went nowhere. It was just kind of a massive humanity from up here. I think Gaddis got the carry, and a pickup of nothing. 1 yard. They'll call it 3rd and 5. Longmont being very aggressive at the start by going for it on 4th down from their own 25. Holmes in the pistol. Sends a man in motion. He'll toss it forward to him, trying to get to the edge. Hall's trying to cut him off, and the Tigers corral. They had to get to the 13. That's going to be real close. They needed 5, and they will call that a 1st down.
Yeah, and that was a good play. Had me faked out for a second and got to the edge, and Tigers just not quick enough to get him out of bounds before he picked up the yard to gain.
Fresh set of downs here for the Trojans. Power pistol, if you will, with the fullback. They'll send foot in motion. A handoff up the middle, breaking free from the mass is Gaddis. And a good gain for Gaddis from the 14 all the way up to the 39.
Yeah, and it looked like the Tigers had first contact early. Just a big play by Gaddis, breaking all those tackles and getting 25 yards here. And now Longmont has 1st down from closer to center field.
So fresh set it down for the Trojans. This drive started on the 2. Holmes in the backfield, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself through the middle, knifes his way backward after first contact, and Hall ultimately cleaned him up, but not before a pickup there of 6 yards. Tiger defense, the run defense being challenged here. And that's what led to some personnel changes in terms of we're seeing a lot more Logan Gilmore on that D-line. We're seeing some more Jackson Clancy. It's getting bodies in there that can help stop the run. Holmes will toss it forward, trying to get to the edge, and not quite able to pick up the 1st down was Strandberg. That, by the way, folks, technically a pass play. So the 2nd catch of the night for Strandberg.
Yeah, and Tigers now, this is a big 3rd down. If Longmont picks this up, they can be moving into a position to get some points here early, and Tigers 3rd and 1 need to come up with a stop.
3rd and 1. Holmes in the pistol. Tigers trying to stuff the run gaps, and a pretty generous spot. I think that it was Gaddis on the carry, needed 1, got 2, and another fresh set of downs. So they give it to Longmont here. And Longmont doing their job, controlling the football. And if you're going to see Longmont upset Erie, it will be keeping the chains moving, keeping control of the clock, keeping Blake Barnett on the sideline. Handoff up the middle. Gaddis pinballing his way off defenders and pushing his way forward for 8 yards.
Yeah, and the games that the Tigers have struggled with the run, it has been the inside run mostly, and that is what has gotten Longmont down the field from the 2-yard line, now to the Tigers' 44.
Impressive drive so far. Mostly runs, just a couple little pitch forward passes. That Bob Stitt, Dana Holgerson offense of scheme there. Now it's play action. Longmont looking deep. Good coverage down there. It's almost intercepted. Preston Terranova had it glance off his hands. He was in there on coverage perfectly and then couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, it looked like he had the position, just a defensive play there out by the receiver of Longmont. I do believe that was Strandberg, and that could have been a big play with the Trojans driving here.
So 3rd down and short here. Handoff, Gaddis up the middle, and he ran into a wall of white jerseys. Big stop there for Erie. No gain on the play for Gaddis.
Yeah, and if you're Longmont, this is the perfect scenario to go for. I mean, you went for it on your own 25 on the 1st down, and 4th and short, and the inside run has been working well. That was the first time really on this drive that the Tigers have held the dive to low yardage.
So 4th and a long one here. Trojans staying aggressive, going for it. Snap, pitch to the near side. Tigers trying to pursue. Gilmore shoots back there, stops Gaddis in the backfield, and the Tigers get another loss on down. A loss of 3 on the play, and Logan Gilmore shooting back there, making a big play for Erie.
Yeah, big play by Gilmore to get through the blockers of Longmont, and Tigers take over now with pretty good field position.
So Erie will have 1st and 10 quickly on the field, quickly into their offensive set. We wanted to show you that replay, and there is an offside. While they do that, let's take a look at that last play there. And you see Gilmore shooting in there, and once he had his hands on Gaddis, it was all over, and the white jerseys pursuing. So 1st and 5 after the offside penalty. Sometimes this is where you might see Erie dial up something deep. Handoff. Kana strings it to the near side, kind of swimming through arm tackles there, and Trey Kana will pick up 4 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, and good job by the Tigers capitalizing on the mistake by Longmont mentally, and now I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers went for a deep shot here.
Yeah, 2nd and maybe a short 2 there. Barnett claps his hands, gives it to Kana, right side, and he will just twist his way for 3 yards and a 1st down.
And that was a good call to get to the outside and pick up the 1st down. Tigers just marching it down, not going for anything risky, and just keeping control of the ball and running a little bit of clock off.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Barnett, he's got 4 wide. Claps his hands, gets the snap, throws the bubble out to Lusk. Lusk met in the backfield, and actually it seemed like Lusk and Barnett weren't quite on the same page on that pass, as Barnett was ready to basically throw it the moment he got it in his hands, and Lusk wasn't looking, and Barnett kind of had the presence of mind to wait till he made sure his receiver could see.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of miscommunication. Now Tigers have 2nd and long.
Now Barnett near side. Ronan Ward, he's going to change direction and bubble screen to the short side of the field. Just not enough room there. And a loss of a couple on the pass play. Ronan Ward is fast, but just not much room to negotiate on the short side of the field.
Yeah, it seems like the Tigers really haven't gone for anything deep in this game. Against Silver Creek, there were definitely a few moments where they called the big play on moments where they could have gone for shorter plays. and now they are afraid maybe a little bit to go for that long play here.
Barnett looking, fires the seam route, and once again, receiver and quarterback on a little bit of a different page there. And Barnett will sprint off the field, and the Tiger offense a little bit sluggish here to get going.
Yeah, definitely a drive where it looked good at the start, and then miscommunication definitely hindered that drive down, and now Tigers forced to punt.
Evan Rearick lining up as the punter, Blake Barnett on the field. So I think we're going to see a shift. We do. Now, we have seen Evan pooch this, and at 4th and 11, I got to imagine that that might be the case
Yeah,
here.
he's definitely lined up a little deep. This is going to be a pooch punt here.
Well, here goes Blake in motion. They're going to give it to Blake. Blake's going to stop. He has an open man. He hits it. It's Ronan Ward. Touchdown. Bam! 46 yards from Blake Barnett to Ronan Ward, and just a spicy pickle of a trick play there.
Man, had both of us fooled here. I said something about it last week. Tigers had ran that play with Blake and Evan Rearick out there, and that was a gutsy call from Coach Geiger, and it pays off big for the Tigers.
And how explosive has Ronan Ward been in the passing game for this Tiger offense? And you got to love when Evan and Blake are out there and the tricks that they can pull off. That is fun, and Blake dropping a dime. Snap is good, the kick is up, and it is right down the pipe. So the Tigers draw first blood here. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast of the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/etnpatreon.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers set to kick this one off. And they'll dummy that one. And Erie ready to send this one deep. Tell you what, Longmont's color blue, about my favorite color that there is on a uniform. Always looks nice. Kind of makes me thirsty for a blue raspberry icy. Maybe a little bit too cool, or getting too cool for that.
Yeah, definitely starting to cool down on the field as well. I do agree with you. The blue uniforms are cool. I also like all of the Longmont players have the word Longmont on them instead of like the last names like you would typically see, and I think that's a great thing for high school football.
Snap, give, up the middle. Nice hole and a good run there on first down for Strandberg. They'll pick up 5. This weather more chili dog weather, I think, than blue raspberry icy weather. At least becoming that way. Second and 5. Man in motion. Pitch to the near side. Strandberg trying to string it out to the sideline, and he is able, I think, to obtain the first down before he's finally cut down, and a fresh set of downs for the Trojans.
PA announcer in the stadium. Big announcements. Clock counting down, less than a minute 30 left. Tigers hoping to keep Longmont scoreless here in the first quarter.
Handoff up the middle. Strandberg just kind of dodged the first tackler and then bobbed his way for a couple more yards. 3-yard pickup there on first down. 7-0 lead here for Erie. 2nd and 7. In the shotgun, or pistol rather, is Holmes. He'll send a man in motion. There's the handoff. Good initial dodge, but then a good job by the Tigers to swarm and clean that one up for Erie. That was Jace Onstead that was kind of first back there in the backfield.
Looked like number 14, Brendan Young, had a chance to get through and make a tackle for a loss. Good job by the running back for Longmont to evade it and pick up some positive yardage on 2nd down.
Tiger run defense. Trying to get into porcupine mode here, be a little bit more prickly. 3rd and 7. Man in motion. That's Strandberg. The snap goes over Holmes' head. He's going to pick it up off the bounce. Looks like Russell Wilson with the Seahawks, and he completes the pass. That's just enough for the line to gain. How about that? Turning lemons into lemonade there for Colby Holmes.
Yeah, and that was one where the Tigers, they had only rushed, I believe, 3 on that play, and that gave Holmes enough time to recover the ball and make a great pass. And Tigers definitely were scrambling a little bit and lost the man in the center of the field, and Longmont gets the first down because of it.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, the Tigers lead it 7-0. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your
Tiger Network as we start quarter number 2. 7-0 lead here for Erie off a fun little trick play on a 4th and 11.
Definitely been some gutsy calls on both sides early in this game, and the Tigers have been the team that has benefited the most from them.
Snap to Holmes. It's going to be a direct run, and you know, just a good job. It wasn't like it was explosive run, but it was a patient run, and he took what the defense gave him. Did you see that? 2nd down and 7 here for the Tigers. Excuse me, for the Trojans. Getting a little distracted here. Gotta be my guardrails tonight, Dylan. Little pitch pass. I'm gonna start calling that the Stitt pass. Bob Stitt was the head coach at the Colorado School of Mines for a number of years.
Looked like on that play, the spot was short of the line to gain, but the chains moved, and Longmont picks up the first down, and that was definitely one where maybe the officials should have come out and measured it.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Their offense really running the script well. They have been left empty-handed in terms of points, but they have controlled the ball, and Holmes will fight his way forward for 3 yards.
Yeah, on that play, it was a good job by Holmes to reach up. The snap was high again, and that could have been another play where the Tigers maybe this time could have capitalized on a mistake from the center for Longmont.
By the way, we are broadcasting live from the Gin Realty broadcast booth, the sponsor here of all the Erie Tiger Network. She's sponsored Erie Athletics. She's a proud Erie resident specialist since '05. Contact Jen for all your local town real estate needs. 2nd and 7 here for the Trojans. Holmes in the shotgun. Man in motion, takes the snap, looks, now flush from the pocket, trying to find some room to run. Does have it out on the edge and finally slung down from behind. Pretty good job tracking Holmes down.
It's Keaton Strange on that tackle, and good job by Holmes to get out of the pocket and recognize the pressure and get to the outside and move the chains again for Longmont.
So now Holmes 1st and 10 for the Trojans, a fresh set of downs. Man, the Trojans have just executed their offense the way they need to here tonight. They've done a good job, kept the Tigers a little bit on their heels defensively, and they've done it on the ground game. The short little toss forwards, toss passes like that, getting to the edge was Strandberg, and he's finally ridden out of bounds. Another 10 or 11 yard pickup. Going to depend on the spot. I actually think they'll mark him a yard short, a pickup of 9 from Holmes to Strandberg.
That play was set up by number 17 Griffin Taylor, the tight end, getting to the outside and setting up blocks downfield. Looked like a man was going to break through for the Tigers, but Taylor got there in time and got him to the ground, and the running back for Longmont was able to pick up big yards on that play.
2nd and 1 here for the Trojans. Holmes in the pistol. He'll send a man in motion, gets the snap, fakes the pitch forward, runs it forward, swallowed up into the arms of Gilmore, but not before he crossed the line to gain and picked up 2. And once again, Longmont continuing to churn through some yardage here and just pick up short gains, but gains that move the chains.
Yeah, and the run game has been the story of the game tonight for Longmont, and they are now in a position to get some points here and get the game tied up with 9:30 left here in the first half.
Tiger defense looking for a spark, looking to get off the field. 9:23 left to go here in the quarter. We'll try and say the time more since we don't have it for you tonight here on the road. And that is a short gain up the middle by Cole Gaddis, a pickup there of only about a yard. Tiger defense has really tightened up here over the last month or so. 2nd and 9, Holmes again with 2 backs in the backfield with him. They'll dummy the snap count, now check to the sideline, and a timeout called here, and we will take a timeout as well. Tigers, they lead at 7-0, 8:36 remaining here in quarter number 2.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Do you have a
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 8:36 left in quarter number 2. Tiger fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Media, like the Erie Tiger Media Facebook page, or check us out online at ErieTigerNetwork.com. And you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. 2nd and 9. Motion. Rolling is Holmes. Scans downfield. He'll take off and run. And a good tackle out in open field that time. I think it was Jace Olmstead that came up and made the stop. Still a positive play there for Longmont. And when you are committed to going for it every fourth down, a gain of 2 yards is always something positive.
Yeah, in this game, there hasn't been a punt yet. And the fourth downs, one has gone the way of the offense, and this is another scenario where maybe Longmont is going to go for it on fourth down.
Longmont quickly to the line of scrimmage out of the huddle. 3rd and 8. They just want to pick up half of it. High snap, good catch by Holmes, hands it off, and just moving the pile forward, churning the legs is Cole Gaddis. And that's exactly what he did, is picked up about 4 or 5. So fourth down here, undoubtedly, with the game plan that Longmont has had, they will go for it here. 4th and 4. Tigers have bowed their neck nicely on 4th and 4.
And this is a big play for the Tigers to come up with.
Have bowed their neck nicely on 4th down is what I meant to say. So far in this game. See if they can do it again here. And another timeout coming from Coach Doug Johnson. So they're going to talk this one over while we have a moment. Would you like to give a loved athlete a shout out of support? We're now offering a chance for you to send a message of support for your athlete and include a picture of them playing sports as a kid, or really any type of little 15-second support message that you want to record and send into the Erie Tiger Network. It's $50 to show these during our breaks for the whole entire year, not just the football season. Click on the link in the description for more information. We'll be live with the halftime show. We will have D. Rich's picks, Preston's Corner during the halftime show, so be sure to tune in for that. We're only 7 minutes out here, only a 7-0 game, and I mean, the Erie offense has probably been on the field for only about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, Longmont has really dominated possession time, running the ball consistently, getting good yards, and having long drives with no incredibly large plays, and that has really made it hard for the Tigers offense to get out on the field.
So 4th and 4 here. They talked about it in the timeout. Coach Johnson, let's see what they have drawn up. Holmes, he'll send a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes one way, comes back the other, has a wide open man, but pressure in his face, and he can't get it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Tiger defense once again does their job, and they do it with pressure.
Yeah, and that was one where looked like a little bit of a fumbled snap there from Holmes, and Tigers getting pressure, and just Holmes' good decision to throw it away and minimize the yards lost on that play.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They have, run probably about 10 plays or less this game. And it has not been much. 6:55 left. If you're Erie, of course you want to score and have explosive plays, but controlling the ball here might not be the worst thing ever. Trips to the near side, Barnett in the shotgun, empty backfield with 5 wide. They'll send a man in motion. It's Ronan. It's a fake. Barnett will keep it along the edge, gets spun down, and a good open field tackle for the Trojans. That was Cole Gaddis that was able to kind of bulldog Blake Barnett to the turf.
Yeah, and a good read by Blake, and a better play by Gaddis to get off his man and make the tackle in open field.
Barnett in the shotgun here. I think that's Kana flanking him to his right. Claps his hands, gives it to Kana, trying to follow his convoy of blockers, lowers his head and gets it across the marker for a first down. Pickup there of about 5 for Kana. Tigers only 3 yards a rush right now. Longmont has done a good job running the ball and a decent job stopping the run. First and 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett checks the play at the line. Gets the snap, hands it. Kana pivots, reverses field, and will kind of pick his way forward for 2, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, and Tigers, they haven't had a ton of big passing plays. They had one of the first plays was a 22-yarder from Blake, and then that big fake punt on a 4th down that's got the 7 points for the Tigers. Other than that, 1 yard and a loss of 2 yards, and Tigers need to get the passing game going.
Barnett takes the high snap, puts the ball on the turf. It was in the belly of Kana, and then it hit the turf. And it just seemed like the mesh point wasn't quite there for the Tigers, and a loss of a couple. Luckily for the Tigers, Barnett able to jump back on it.
Yeah, and that was one where maybe Blake was looking to go for the read option. And that was one of the first times this season that I've seen him fumble it coming out of the belly of the running back. And good job reacting to it and falling on it and keeping the ball in the Tigers' hands here for 3rd down.
Yeah, no Cam Newtoning there. Just jumped on it instead of trying to pick it up. 4:49 left to go. 3rd and 9. Barnett looking, stick it in the pocket. Has a man on the wheel route. Didn't see him. Now he's going to pull it and run. Barnett's got some open space. Barnett has the first down as he crosses the 43-yard line, and a good improvisation there from Blake Barnett. Picked up 9 and a first down.
Yeah, on that play, I was very surprised that Blake didn't go to the flat to run and Ward. Maybe he lost him in the sea of white jerseys on the Tigers sideline, but it looked like he looked right at him. But good job by Blake scrambling and getting the first down for the Tigers on 3rd and long.
1st and 10 here for Barnett. Gets the snap, runs read option, pulls it down, throws it to Kogel, down the seam, has the catch across the 40 into Trojan territory, down to the 34.
Yeah, and a good job by Kogel. Just gets through and getting the Tigers passing game going finally, and now Tigers in a position to score and add on to their 7-point lead here.
Tigers have only thrown 7 passes, but it's the 3rd pass of over 20 yards here tonight. Barnett in the shotgun. Lusk flanking him to his right. He's going to throw the quick out to Meredith, cuts it up the field, breaks a tackle, and gets ridden out of bounds just shy of the 20 down to around the 22. That's another 12-yard pickup on the quick game for the Tigers.
Yeah, and good job getting the yards after catch by Meredith, and now Tigers moving closer and closer to another 6 points.
Barnett gets the ball in the shotgun, looking to pass again. Going to throw the fade route to Lettuce. Has him in the end zone. Tiger touchdown. Caden Lettuce, 22 yards as we take a look at this one.
And a great pass and catch from Blake to Caden, and that's a great connection. Caden definitely a little quiet last week, and now Tigers lead it by 2 scores here, 3:43 left in the first half.
So Blake Barnett dialing up his 2nd touchdown pass of the game, and the Tigers will rotate back into their extra point PAT formation with 3:43 left to go in the quarter. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is piped through the uprights. 14-0 lead. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson on the call here with you tonight as the Tigers lead the Trojans after a couple big pass plays by Blake Barnett, one of 22 yards earlier in the first quarter, one of 46 yards on a 4th and 11 near midfield.
Yeah, and it seems like the running game definitely hasn't been going the Tigers' way, but the passing game has. 3 big plays on that drive, and the Tigers get 7 points out of it.
A low line driving kick. That's going to be fielded at the 3, and there'll be room to return it. Tigers, good coverage down the field, and they swarm it short of the 20. Actually, referees do what referees like to do and say, yeah, that was close to the 20. Let's start it, nose the football on the 20, so the first down call is a little bit easier.
Yeah, and seems like last week Tigers had real good kick return coverage, and they have continued it into this week so far. And Longmont is forced to start here at the 20.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. They have been a time-melting offense tonight, but they have come up empty on points. There's a tipped ball, and for a moment there, it almost looked like Firebaugh could have snagged down midair. I think that went well over his head, but he was looking up to the heavens like, oh man, why didn't I anticipate that tip a little better?
Yeah, we had the angle where no depth reception looked like it was just popped right above Firebaugh's head, but over it instead, and 2nd down now for Longmont.
2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Holmes in the shotgun empty backfield. He's going to take it, looks for the out route. That one's caught. Nice little nifty move there by Strandberg, and he's able to pick up about 7 on the pass play.
Yeah, and that was a very similar play to the previous one. Tigers didn't read on it so well in that out route. Gets the 7 yards, and now Longmont is in a much better position to convert here on 3rd down.
And we already saw Longmont go for it on 4th and just a couple in this spot. So they don't even need it all if that's kind of the game plan. Empty backfield again for Holmes. A little shift in philosophy here than what we saw through the first few drives. Holmes going to take it himself, tries to get to the edge, breaks through the tackle of Keaton Strange, still on his feet, rumbling through white jerseys up to the 39.
Yeah, and that's a great play call from Longmont, and Tigers not quick enough to the edge, and Holmes too fast, gets to the edge, gets that 1st down, and now with the clock running to 41, Longmont moving closer to getting some points on the board here in the first half.
Very quick half so far, opposite of that Silver Creek game last week. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, another 1st down.
Looks like Barnett out there on safety on this play.
Trying to get the quick out and just misfired was Holmes. Actually, that was on the hands of his intended target. Just maybe a little bit out of reach. Thing if you're Longmont, the ball control stuff is nice, but now you're down 14 points. And what you're seeing right now, Coach Johnson, I think, saying, hey, we got to get points. We got to put the ball in the air a little bit.
Yeah, definitely the game plan has shifted here. Maybe a little bit of 2-minute drill, and Longmont hoping to score quick or in enough time so they can cut this deficit down to 1 score going into half.
2:22 to go in the quarter. There's another little fake out route, the deep ball, and oh, it's intercepted by Kana. No, it is hauled in. Kana kind of dislodged it, and somehow Joey Foote was able to pull it in. That was just an outstanding reception.
Yeah, and a great catch by Foote. Looked like maybe there could have been pass interference on Kana, and I thought for sure that he would come up and knock that one down, but Foote coming up with a big play, and now Longmont has moved themselves into position to get some points here in the first half.
Another pass here. Holmes trying to avoid pressure, and he will be pushed out of bounds near the original line to gain.
Yeah, and on that play, it looked like Hageman had the spy and was moving in, and great move by Holmes to avoid the tackle and get back to the yard, the original yard of scrimmage. And now Longmont, maybe a little bit of a loss of 1, now with 2nd and long here, 1:51 remaining.
2nd and 11. That was behind the sticks there for Holmes. Quickly out of the huddle go the Trojans. Holmes all alone again in the backfield. Tigers look like they're going to bring pressure off the edge. There's the fake. Holmes looking, pressure in his face, throws it over the middle. It was almost intercepted. By the way, let's take another peek at that long pass play and the beautiful catch. You can see it was fought for, and I think Kana was arguing that it hit the ground. Either way, it was a heck of an effort by both players.
Yeah, and after that a little bit of an errant throw from Holmes. Now Longmont has to convert here on 3rd and long with the clock under 2 minutes and the band out on the track.
1:44 left to go here in the half. Holmes takes a snap, fires over the middle, overshoots his intended target, and a flag. And I don't know who that's on. There wasn't a whole lot of contact. I don't know if they're saying the receiver out of his break was held. But looks like it's going to go Longmont's way here. I don't know what that was.
Looks like maybe we didn't quite get it, but Longmont now looks like it's going to be a spot of the foul, and now they're within 15 yards of scoring and making this a 1-score game going into the half.
I have no idea what the call was there, but a fresh set of downs for the Trojans. Quick out again. Nice catch, turning it upfield is Strandberg. And a pickup there of about 7. Longmont trying to go quick, 1:25 left to go here in the half. Holmes in the shotgun. He'll send Foot in motion. Takes the snap, follows Foot as a lead blocker, cuts it back to his left. Close to a first down. He needed 5, he got 4.
And all of a sudden the clock is becoming a little bit of a problem. Longmont only 1 timeout left, took those 2 timeouts in rapid succession about halfway through this quarter, and now they have to hurry it up here and convert.
3rd and 1, handoff up the middle, and I think he got it, was Gaddis. And Gaddis with the first down yardage will give the Trojans a fresh set of downs that'll make it 1st and goal inside the 5. 47 seconds left. Tigers will get the ball to start the second half, and now they will call a timeout. So a timeout here for Erie. Tiger fans, don't forget to follow our social media, but like this video. That always helps us out. And subscribe to the Erie Tiger Network. And Longmont, their offense, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call it efficient, but it has chewed up clock tonight. It has yet to result in points, but they're knocking on the door 1st and 5 here.
Yeah, that was a timeout by the Tigers that surprised me a little bit, but it looks like over in the huddle, Tigers were winded, and probably a good call by Coach Geiger to maybe get the Tigers a little bit of a breather, and hopefully they can come up with a stop here on 1st and goal.
And this has mostly been done, this drive, with an empty backfield, just a different look from the Trojans. So first and goal, now pistol formation. Gaddis, the deep back behind Holmes. 46 seconds left in the quarter. Gaddis will send foot in motion, takes the snap, hands it off, and nothing going there for Gaddis. It was Holmes that took the snap, handed it to Gaddis, and he was stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. 40 seconds left in the quarter, and a timeout is called, and I'm not sure which team took the timeout. Did you see where the ref signaled?
I did not see it either. On that play, it looked like Longmont had the man right behind the line of scrimmage. In elementary school, I know we called that the hide the midget play. Sorry. I know that's not the term that people like to use now, but it looks like maybe Longmont could option to that and maybe come up with a little bit of a trickery play and fool the Tigers and get into the end zone here.
Well, there was that 3rd and 11 play that I just kind of want to go back and peek at. And man, we'll have to slow that down because I don't see what in the heck happened. Where was the interference there? Well, that's in real time. We didn't slow that one down yet, but anyways, it's all water under the bridge at this point. First and goal here for the Trojans. Or second and goal, beg your pardon. Holmes in the shotgun. Empty backfield again. Man in motion. There's the pitch forward to Gaddis. He was almost met in the backfield. In fact, I think a player got a hand on his jersey, and then the teammate trying to push him into the end zone. The Tigers stacking him up at the 1, and he's going to be short.
Fans in front of us wanting the touchdown signal. Looks like maybe a timeout coming, and Tigers big stop at the goal line.
It's so a timeout. And I tell you what, the first half has cruised by. The last minute has crawled by. Now this is our chance to remind you to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Final Four broadcast. By the way, NFHS has the rights to that particular broadcast. So that will, in all likelihood, be an audio-only broadcast tomorrow at 10 a.m. But softball, always great, audio only. Softball, baseball, it's made for radio. That and a iced tea on a hot summer day. And it won't be summer, but it'll feel like a nice summer day tomorrow, I think. It was a perfect day today. Starting to cool off a little bit here tonight. Third and goal. Handoff up the middle. Gaddis knifes his way into the end zone with 24 seconds left, and Longmont is on the board.
And a great drive by Longmont, utilizing mostly empty backfield, and they score in a quick drive, one of their quickest drive by far, less than 4 minutes, I want to say, and now they've cut the deficit to only 1 score going into the half.
Yeah, it's only 1 score, and man, Longmont has had the ball, it feels like, this whole game. Outside of a couple big plays from the Tigers, that defense has been out there a long time. Longmont set to kick this one. Snap good, hold is good, and the kick is blocked. And it was Caden Lettuce that got in there, and he's pumped about it. And a nice block there for the Tigers. Oh, I think that was Joey Foote on the kick. We've seen him out at receiver, but man, what a name for a kicker. Foote.
Foote. And the lights in Longmont going off. Tigers definitely a great job on special teams, blocking that kick, of course, and now leading by 8, 24 seconds. And gotta say, most likely, Tigers going to be leading by 8 going into the half.
Tigers do have 26 seconds and 1 time, or 24 seconds and 1 timeout. But Longmont doing their job. They're staying in the game, keeping it close. And it has been, their offense has been their best defense tonight. Here goes the kick. A little short one. Oh. Lusk caught it. The parents want a fair catch to be called, but the player that called for the fair catch did not receive the ball. I don't know how that works. But Lusk, a decent return across to the 32. Coach Johnson is arguing for a fair catch. Actually, it's the 36. And Rierick is in shotgun right now. Blake Barnett in the slot. Ronan Ward gonna fake the little pitch. He's gonna keep it himself up the sideline. Has first down yardage up to the 50. Man, how explosive is Ronan Ward?
And that was a play where it looked like maybe they were going to go for a flea flicker, but Ronan Ward on the fake, getting the big yards, and Tigers at midfield now. 10 seconds, maybe one big play here to end the half.
Rierick still out there for the Tigers. You have Barnett in the slot. Rierick takes the snap, looks to his right, fakes, now rolling out to his left. Barnett begging for it, and he'll hit the deep out. That took 9 seconds. The Tigers have 1 second left. It's one of those where can't hold on to the ball in that time. It's got to be a quick hitter or get rid of it. But about an 11-yard pickup there for Rierick. And a timeout here called for the Tigers, as I imagine that there will be a Hail Mary. And if you're thinking about a Hail Mary, you might, beg your pardon, you might consider putting your best athlete at wideout and Blake trying to maybe go up and get one.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Rierick go out to pass in this game, and I'm with you on this one. Blake may be the best athlete out there for the Tigers, and that could be a great option here on this play. Tigers 40 yards to the end zone, 1 second to do it, and this could be a big momentum swing if the Tigers come up with this.
So this could be fun. Let's see what they do. They will send Rierick out there. They'll send Lusk out there. You have Barnett in the slot. You have Lettuce to the near side. You have 1 second on the clock. And here we go. Barnett in motion. Motions to the near side. Rierick's going to step up. He's going to unleash the bomb toward the end zone, and it is tipped. Oh, what a catch, Barnett. Oh, no, they're going to call it incomplete. I thought he maybe tiptoed it inbounds. That was almost incredible and worth another look.
Wow, and a great pass from Rierick.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to have to slow that one down in super slow motion. As there's the tip. There's Barnett. Oh, that needs to be stopped at the frame. Let's watch that one more time. All right, we're going to slow this down right on the frame. Was this a catch? You see the tip toward Blake. And man, we don't have our normal replay controller, so it's tough to go frame by frame. And, oh my goodness, folks, you be the judge. Phenomenal catch. Doesn't count either way, but that was about the play of a lifetime up here in the broadcast booth. 14-6 at halftime. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show.
For for the card-carrying fan. Get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiation. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure.
And welcome back in. Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. Teachers Who Tutor is a teacher-created company located in Erie. They tutor students K through 12 in all subject areas. All tutors are certified teachers. Teachers Who Tutor finds the perfect tutor to match your child's needs. Whether you're trying to get your kiddo up to grade level, extend their learning, or prep for the SAT, they're here for you. Contact them today at teacherswhotutor.biz. Well, we rolled in hot from softball, so that kind of cut down on our potential pregame show, but we did want to show a couple pre-recorded segments so that the kids' hard work during the week is rewarded, and it's time for D. Rich's Picks.
Hello, I'm Dylan Richardson, and welcome to episode 6 of D. Rich Picks. Last week, I went a perfect 6-0, but this week, I have 6 more games to pick. Let's jump into it. Game 1 for week 9 of this season is going to be 4A number 1 Palmer Ridge versus Cheyenne Mountain. Palmer Ridge continues to show that they are the best team in 4A, and this week, Cheyenne Mountain is going to be a game that keeps the Bears' momentum going into the playoffs. The second game this week is a big one, 4A number 2 Broomfield versus 4A number 8 Fruita Monument. Broomfield has had a pretty easy schedule recently, but this week, Fruita comes to town hoping to upset the undefeated Eagles. Fruita has lost 2 games this year, but they were both the high-ranked teams. The Wildcats utilize a heavy run offense to wear their opponents down, and they hope that they can get the Eagles' defense tired early in the game. The Eagles have rolled over everybody that they have faced, but this league game is going to be their toughest game by far. Broomfield has a ton of confidence coming into this game, but I think their undefeated season is only because of their weak schedule, and I'm going to pick Fruita in an upset. Game 3 is 4A number 3 Loveland versus Windsor. Loveland has kept pace with the big boys of 4A so far, and with Loveland beating Erie and Windsor losing to them, it's hard to see the Wizards coming up with the upset. Game 4 is 4A number 4 Montrose versus 4A number 10 Mesa Ridge. Montrose has also bounced back big time this season after dropping their first 2 games. The Redhawks have shown that they are just as good as anyone with their winning streak. Mesa Ridge did lose a spot in the rankings this week, dropping to number 10, and after this week, they may be dropping even more because Montrose is just too good. Game 5 is 4A number 5 Ponderosa versus Thomas Jefferson. Ponderosa finally remembered how to win football games after losing to Palmer Ridge and then Denver South the very next week. They picked up big wins over Vista Peak and Far Northeast, and this game is going to be added to that list. And now for the Colorado game of the week, 5A number 2 Valor Christian versus 5A number 6 Thunder Ridge. Valor won the game of the week last week over Rock Canyon, and they look to extend their winning streak after losing week 1 to Regis Jesuit. I say 5A league is stacked. That league has number 2 Valor, number 6 Thunder Ridge, number 9 Rock Canyon, and number 13 Mountain Vista. Even though this league is stacked, the best team is clearly Valor Christian, and they are going to show that by winning the Colorado Game of the Week. And that was my 6 games. How did I do? Let us know in the comments. But in the meantime, enjoy Erie versus Longmont, and I'll see you next week.
And welcome back in here. The Longmont band putting on an excellent show here for us tonight up in the broadcast booth. But it's time for another pre-recorded segment. Our own Preston Terranova. He almost got that interception early in the half. He plays cornerback, and it's time for, well, I don't know. Is it Terrence's corner? Is it Preston's corner? Either way, it's time for that segment.
All right, guys, welcome back to Terrence's Corner, episode 2. Today we're here with Derek, Trey. How are you guys doing today?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Doing pretty well.
All right, so big game against Longmont tonight. Both of you guys in the starting secondary for defense. What do you guys think the keys to the game on defense are?
I think some of the keys are to stop their heavy run offense and also lock down their best receiver.
Recognizing formations and aligning to be able to play.
All right. Obviously, it's week 8 or 9. What's your guys' favorite moment of the year so far?
My favorite moment would have to be my first touchdown this year.
Pick week 1.
How many picks do you have there?
3.
How many touchdowns do you have, Trey?
Like 6 or 7.
That's it? Just 6 or 7? Okay. All right, so last week's question of the day was, is a hot dog a sandwich? We looked it up. It is a sandwich. I don't think it is, but anyway. Today's question, how many holes does a straw have?
1.
Are you sure? There's a top and a bottom.
Yeah, but it's connected.
It's connected.
Yeah, it's just one big hole.
All right, so they answered the first question too easily. So the second question is going to be a little bit of trivia. What year did the Titanic sink?
Yeah, I guess
1912.
The answer was 1912. So Trey wins, Derek loses, casual Derek loss. What's new? All right, guys, thanks for watching Terrence Corner, and we'll see you next week.
All right, so that was Terrence's corner. Gotta love that. Thanks to Derek Hall and Trey Kana for joining Preston in the ETN room. A good job by Will Whiteley to edit that. Little change in graphics. Had some motion graphics there in the background. Not sure what they're trying to say. I think maybe that Preston's corner is fire, but a fun segment to say the least. Well, a one possession game. We're getting some Elvis here at halftime from the Longmont band. They're having a lot of fun out there. Still a little bit of time left here in the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. Dylan, I mean, this game, it's either explosive plays from Erie or it is long drives from Longmont, and that's what's kept them in this game is they've held on to the ball.
Yeah, Tigers have been good to score. That first drive where they got to the 2 and turned it over on downs is the only time Tigers have not converted on their drives. But Longmont has spent a ton of time with the ball, and they've only gotten 6 points to show for it. Tigers defense definitely slowing down Longmont, limiting their big plays, but they haven't given a chance for their offense to extend the score.
So we'll see the Tigers, as we said, they get the ball to start half number 2, and we will have half number 2. We're about 5 minutes out from the start of that half. I know we've reminded you a couple times, but it's an exciting day tomorrow. The softball team in the top 5, and a huge congratulations to first-year coach Tobin Echohawk on kind of guiding this team through this season. The Tigers riding a long winning streak, and they have a big test tomorrow. They take on the number 1 seeded Columbine team in the top of the bracket. The winner will obviously play in the state championship. That game will start first pitch at 10 a.m. Columbine, by the way, they knocked off Ponderosa 4-1. Legend knocked off Horizon 11-1. Douglas County knocked off Grandview 10-5. So the 5A bracket, it's 1 versus 4, 3 versus 2. just how you draw it up.
Yeah, there's only been two. Looking at this bracket, there's only been two upsets. Number 9 Ponderosa over number 8 Cherokee Trail, and Fossil Ridge over Chatfield. Other than that, it has been down to the numbers, and that's how it is in the semifinals.
There were a lot of threats of upsets throughout the day. That's what made it interesting. Broomfield got kind of close to Grandview. Legacy, the 15 seed, only lost by a run to Douglas County. A West went to, I don't know, felt like a million innings. They lost by 1 run. Chatfield was the upset, as well as Ponderosa, but Erie, they played in a tight one versus Thunder Ridge, and Erie was in a tight one versus Fossil Ridge. So Tigers will certainly be battle tested. It'll be interesting to see what this softball team does tomorrow. Should be a fun day tomorrow. Once again, first pitch at 10 a.m. If the Tigers are fortunate enough to win that one, the state championship is slated for 1:30. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. It's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETNPatreon.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Ginny Hulse in Erie today.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you as we're about ready to get second half underway. Rich, I just want to say, I've got a feeling Longmont's going to try for an onside kick. I think they're going to pull out all the stops.
I would love to see it. Longmont, they need points. They've had long drives and have only gotten 6 points to show for it. And every time Tigers have gotten ball, they've been quick to score. And I agree with you. Longmont, an onside kick wouldn't be the worst call to start this second half. And we'll see. Tigers are not lined up in preparation in case Longmont is to do that.
Just be on alert. That's all I got to say. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have that old-fashioned feeling. By the way, tell us where you're watching this game from, all 240-plus of you that are tuned in. We'd love to let you know or find out where you are broadcasting from. That's a short kick taken by Luss, makes two men miss, gets to the outside and dives his way across the 35 to the 36. So no onside kick.
Well, it would have been fun to see Longmont go for it. They've been aggressive calling plays this game. Now Tigers have pretty good field position anyways.
Well, here's why I like that. Tigers have it 1st and 10 on the 36. You onside it, they're going to have it on the 46. I mean, why not do it?
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10. We're happy because the Tigers have the ball for only, I believe, the 4th time this game. Barnett takes a snap. He's going to run it himself, squeezes through a hole, makes a man miss, bounces off a tackler, and finally crumples in a heap after a pickup of 12. That's only the 4th run of the night for the Tigers. The Tigers only have 60 yards rushing, 135 yards through the air.
Yeah, Tigers, they tried to get their rushing game going early, but nothing came of it, and then they went to the air and got a few big plays that led to the points. And that was one of the first big runs for the Tigers in this game.
1st and 10, Barnett claps his hands, runs read option, gives it off to Kana. Kana spins out of a tackle, has first down yardage, into the open field, knifes through another little hole down the field, and has a big gain of about 27 yards or so, all the way up to the 27.
Yeah, and that was a great read option. One of the first times tonight that read option has worked well for the Tigers, and now they're set up here quickly to go in this first half.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. Couple big runs to start the half. Barnett catches, pressure in his face, throws the fade. Oh, just overshoots his intended target. And I think the pressure kind of forced Blake to speed up the release a little bit.
Yeah, definitely good pressure from Longmont. Blake still making a great throw, just a little bit too far for Caden Lettuce, and now Tigers 2nd down.
So 2nd and 10. It's Kana out there with Barnett. Now trips here to the near side. Barnett claps his hands, gets the ball, cuts upfield through a hole. Barnett slicing to the near side, tried to spin out of a tackle and got tripped up, and then took kind of a unintentional, I think, knee to the helmet. And a fun run, only a 4-yard run.
Yeah, quickly on that play, it looked like number 5, Nolan for Longmont had pressure. Good job coming up with the block was Kana, I do believe, and Blake able to turn that play into some positive yards.
3rd down and 7. Barnett takes the snap, gives it to Lusk up the middle, breaks the tackle, has 1st down yardage, and just bounces his way, rumbling down to the 11-yard line.
Great play by Lusk, breaking tackles early, picking up the 1st down. I would like to point out the shakeage of the camera is due to the fact our cameras are on the stands, and the Longmont fans are pounding their feet on the stands, hoping their defense gets a stop.
1st and 10 in the shotgun. Barnett scans the defense. Now they're going to check the play. Tigers being a little bit patient here in this setup. Barnett takes, looks, fires the slant. Oh, hit the hand of Meredith. It was a good job. That was kind of one of those where you're throwing through a dirty window, and Barnett able to kind of anticipate and just maybe put it out there a little too far for Cave. So 2nd down and 10 here for the Tigers. Levine here on the near side. They'll throw the little out route, bubble screen, if you will, and that was a little bit too tall for Cave.
And 2 little bit wide throws from Barnett has now led Tigers into 3rd and long. And this is a moment where they need to come up with a big yard gain and hopefully move the sticks or get into the end zone.
Kogel in the slot, Lettuce on the near side. Quick pass from the Tigers. It's Levine, catches it and ran into a defender. He picked up about 6 yards. You know, if you're Erie and you're going for it on 4th, not the worst result ever. Made it 4th and, well, somewhat manageable.
Looks like Tigers are going to keep the offense out there. Last time they were here, they went for it on 4th down and they got stopped. This time they're hoping for a different result, come with the 1st down or the touchdown.
Barnett's going to check the play at the line of scrimmage. Trips to the narrow side of the field. Barnett, he's going to follow a lead blocker. He's got some room, but there's a holding call on the play, and Barnett puts his hand over the goal line, and a hold will be the final call. Barnett kind of saw the hold, and he reached his hand across the goal, and then it was slapped out. There was never a signal. But this will back up the Tigers 10 yards.
And that's one where Blake definitely had blockers up and was into the end zone, and then the holding flag comes in, and now Tigers are forced to settle for 3.
So Harner will come out here. Ball spotted on the near hash with the right-footed kicker. A much easier kick than the far hash, where you got to kind of pull it left. See, it's a 33-yard kick. It's on its way. It doinks off the upright, and it's good.
And definitely a little bit of a lucky bounce for the Tigers. They will take that. Now they lead by 2 scores, 8:54 in the 3rd quarter remaining. And that was a good job by the Tigers to get the offense definitely a little bit of time off with the long drives from Longmont, and now they lead 17-6 here.
Hey, the post is your best friend sometimes. By the way, people watching from all across the nation. I see Sean Booth watching from Carolina Beach in North Carolina. We have someone watching from Firehouse 6 on Erie Parkway. Love that. Erie, Minneapolis. Britt's Donuts. Is that right? Oh, no. It's someone telling Sean to go to Britt's Donuts. Marysville, Ohio. Kansas City. Florida. And I got a text into the broadcast booth. Mr. Carpenter's father-in-law watching from Cocoa Beach, Florida. So all kinds of people tuning in from all across the nation. Love to see that. Love to hear that. And the Tigers lead it 17-6. 8:54 remaining here in this half. That goalpost, I don't know, man. That Mr. Rupp said that looked not so sturdy. It was like a floppy disk out there or something from the 90s. It was waffling after contact.
Kind of reminds me of the Tennessee-Alabama game. Not saying anything, but on that play, on that kickoff, good stop by the Tigers, holding them short of the 20, and now Longmont with some rougher field position now, 8:49, and they're looking to continue tiring out the Tigers' defense. That has been their motto so far in this game.
So here we go, 8:49 remaining here in this third quarter. Snap, handoff, Gaddis just fighting his way forward for yards, and Cole Gaddis has had 15 carries unofficially so far in this game and 56 rushing yards. Longmont as a team has rushed for 116 yards. Holmes takes the snap, fakes the pitch, runs play action, has a man emerging open, but they'll elect for the intermediate route, and that's a good decision because it's a catch and run after the catch of decent yardage from, what was that, the 15 all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and a good call by Longmont, some fake pitches and very good yards after catch, and now Longmont moving up the field to the 40 now.
1st and 10. Snap up the middle, and another good gain on 1st down, a pickup of 8 for Colby Holmes.
And Holmes, 48 yards, just as effective as the main running backs for Longmont. And Longmont, on our stat sheet, says they have has one more passing play than their top running back has running plays. But most of those passing plays have been the little pitch forward. And the ground game has been the name of the game for Longmont, and it has been working pretty well for them.
In the shotgun now. Holmes, they'll send foot in motion. They'll do the little stick pass to him, and another good gain. Pick up there of about 11 or so.
And this is one of the first drives that Longmont's had where they've really had some big plays, and now they've moved into Erie territory, and they have not burnt much clock. The first couple of drives, it definitely seemed like they spent a ton of time out there on the field, but this time they've definitely been more efficient.
Holmes takes it himself up the middle, and Tigers do a better job of kind of closing in on that. I think that was Connor Hill that kind of snuck in there and stopped it after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and Longmont, along with all of their running, they've been really clean with the ball, and they've definitely done a great job of keeping the ball off the turf, and they've definitely kept momentum rolling and have built their running game, and it seems like the Tigers have started to tire out a little bit.
2nd and 8. Holmes in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, fires the deep out, and it's off the hands of his intended target, incomplete.
Yeah, and that was another first down waiting for Longmont. And barring without that drop pass, that could have been a big play to convert on 2nd and long, and they could have been in position to score, but instead now they have to convert here on 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, as you said. Alone in the shotgun again is Holmes. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Flush from the pocket, trying to get to the edge. He's got to the edge, trying to get toward the marker. Blake Barnett comes up and gives him a lick. And, man, that is a very generous spot. That is going to be awful close to a first down. Nope. The referee looked like he was marking up toward the line to gain. Instead, when he came back inbounds, put it right on the 35. So a pickup there of about 7, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
And a great play by Blake to recognize that and use his speed to get to the edge before Holmes did. And now this is a big 4th down here early in the second half. If Longmont picks this up, they could get some momentum, and if the Tigers come up with a stop, that could be big.
4th and 2. Holmes in the pistol. Takes the snap, the little pitch forward. They've got first down yardage and a little bit more down to the 31. 4-yard pickup, they needed 2. And once again, they are just staying in this game by melting clock.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. If your defense isn't good enough to hold them, keep the offense out there. And as you said earlier, offense can be the best defense in this situation, and that is why Longmont is still in this game.
Holmes alone again in the shotgun. Tigers look like they're going to bring some pressure. Kogo got his hands in the face of the quarterback, and that caused that pass to sail. A little bit of wind has picked up, by the way. Really, right when that pass was kind of let go, and we're actually looking at some trees behind the field in the north end zone, and they are whipping wildly. I mean, that came out of nowhere at the worst time for Longmont.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a few times Longmont has opted to go to the air. They have gone for the big play, and it has not worked out for them. And as you said, the wind is definitely picking up. Came out of nowhere.
When we get a second, we'll have Chad snap zoom to those trees so you can see him blowing in the wind, and Holmes gets caught from behind and then tackled to the turf. And he's trying to pick up some trees. Go to the north end zone, Chad. Other end zone. Oh, well, actually, you can see the flag. There you go. And that wind just picking up. Shoot, we for us to even question the great Chad Jamison, that is a producer sin on our part. He knew exactly where to go with that shot. So the wind has really picked up here. 3rd and 8. Holmes in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking left, fires another out route, and that has just been there, and Blake Barnett trying to punch the ball out, but not before about a 11-yard gain.
Yeah, when Longmont has opted to go for the pass, that out route to Bryson Strandberg has been their best play. I've seen them run it a lot of times, and it's gotten big yards, and the Tigers maybe need to start adapting to it. But also, Longmont's running game has been good enough that Tigers still have to respect that.
1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. They just keep converting on 3rd and 4th downs, does Longmont. Snap, give, Gaddis slices through a hole, and Barnett in there with a bunch of other white jerseys, but not before a gain of 7 yards for Cole Gaddis.
Yeah, it looks like Tigers getting maybe some bigger bodies out there. The inside run is starting to come back in for Longmont. And Tigers now 2nd and about 4. And Longmont is looking dangerous to score here.
There's been one negative run tonight for Longmont. 1. Left side and a nice little juke, and then cut down around the ankles was Holmes. And on 2nd and 4, he picked up 3.
So this is a big play for the Tigers. If they come up with this, it's hard to see Longmont not going for 4th down, but they can maybe find an answer for the run and do it again on 4th down and get the ball back in the offense's hands.
3rd and short here. Holmes in the pistol. Sends foot in motion. He's going to hand it off to Gaddis. Gaddis hit in the backfield, bounces off the defender, drags the defender all the way down to the 1. That was 3rd and 1. So where were it? It's a 10-yard pickup there for Gaddis.
And a great job by Gaddis bouncing off the back of his blocker, finding the hole and picking up yards, and now moves his team.
And fighting his way is Gaddis. Did he cross the plane? He did. Touchdown Longmont, another score for this Trojan team, and they continue to keep it a game here. And now if you're Longmont, all you're thinking is, hey, 1 stop with 2:21 left in the 3rd, and we could get the ball to take the lead. Longmont's going to go for 2 here. Holmes in the shotgun. Takes the snap, pitches it forward, stringing it out his foot, and he gets shoved. Was he in? He was. 2 points, and it's 14-17. 14-17. 2:21 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and Longmont right now is an unstoppable force. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. It is a 3-point game here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont. This one is sent deep, and that bounces at the 1 and through the end zone. So a touchback here, and momentum right now on the Trojan side.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Tigers defense has struggled to come up with any answers for the run game of Longmont. But one positive is the offense has been great all night. They only failed to convert on their first drive of the night. And they just need to keep it going and maybe get a little bit of an extended play, get their defense maybe some chance to come up with some answers for the Longmont run game.
Barnett in the shotgun here. Claps his hands, gets the snap, hands it off, and a nice stop by Gaddis. A gain of maybe 1 on the play for Trey Kana. Football, a game of emotion, and right now, all the positive emotion for the Trojans. They're only down 3 to Erie. Barnett with trips. Longmont shows blitz. Barnett pulls it out, fires a strike over the seam. Lettuce makes a man miss, still on his feet across the 50. Finally gets shoved backward across the 45. Big play there for the Tigers. A 37-yard pickup from Barnett to Caden Lettuce.
Yeah, and that's a great play. Breaking through the middle by Lettuce, breaking tackles as well. And now the Tigers moving into Trojan territory, hoping to extend their lead back to 2 scores.
Barnett in the shotgun here. He'll check the play at the line. The offense has been solid tonight outside of the 1 goal-to-go situation on the first drive. And they're going to need to continue to score, keep it a 2-score game. Barnett with some pressure, trying to flush from the pocket, pirouettes, steps out of a tackle, looks downfield, whips it over the head of his intended target.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Blake to escape pressure and get that ball. He definitely overthrew it a little bit, which is surprising because he threw it off of the wrong foot, moving away, and that just shows that Blake still has that ability whenever he chooses to do so.
2nd and 10 here for Erie. Light box might see a run here coming from the Tigers. Barnett claps his hands, high snap. He's going to keep it himself. Barnett into the open field, and man, he's hard to tackle. Still on his feet, down to the 25. A healthy run there from Blake Barnett. 17 yards for Blake.
And Blake, definitely good read option there. Had a few of the defenders of Longmont fooled on that one. And getting the big yards, and Tigers still driving.
So 1st and 10 for Erie. Levine solo coverage down here at the bottom of the screen. Let's see if that's where the Tigers go. They're singling up both receivers down there. Barnett pressured from behind, had to get rid of it. And a flag coming at the line of scrimmage well after the play. Oh, it's an illegal man downfield is going to be the call.
I think on that one, the Tigers were looking for a screen, but the receiver on the far side wasn't on the same page. Blake almost got sacked because the receiver wasn't ready, and I think that is why there was the illegal man downfield on that play.
Yeah, there's been a couple plays tonight where Blake has looked to pull the trigger and the receiver not even staring back. Longmont, I think, wants to decline that penalty. They like the loss of down more than the loss of 5 yards. Barnett scans the defense, claps the hands, gets the high snap again, keeps it himself along the edge. Barnett trying to stretch it out, stumbles over a tackler and lands on his back. And I think he was down when that football popped up, and Barnett, Longmont fans, I don't even think that was close. And that is the end of the quarter. So at the end of 3, the Tigers lead it by 3. We'll head to the 4th quarter here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you, Dylan Richardson, 4th quarter, and it's a big play right here. 3rd and 8. 12 minutes to start. See what Coach Harrison dialed up in the timeout. Barnett takes the snap. Plenty of time. He wants to pull it, fires end zone. Oh, and the intended target went to play defense, and Kogel, he didn't look up for the pass that was coming in. He might have been able to catch that.
Yeah, it was one where maybe Kogel thought the defender was a little bit taller than he was, and now Tigers 4 down territory, up 3.
I think you got to go.
Yeah, I think you got to go as well.
And Erie's going to call a timeout. Oh, boy. Folks, this is how upsets happen. You don't execute in the little moments that matter, and the Tigers' defense has been porous, to put it politely. The offense has done its job for the most part, but on such few possessions, you make one mistake on a couple drives. The end drives, you don't get many opportunities when you can't stop the ball. And so for the Tigers, they're up 3 right now, but if they don't score here, Longmont has the ball. They have hardly been stopped all game, and a chance to maybe drive to take the lead. And with 11 minutes on the clock, they might use all 11 minutes.
Yeah, this is a big play in this game. As you've said, Tigers need to convert here on 4th and 8.
4th and 8. Barnett with Kana. He's got trips to the near side. Barnett drops back, looks, fires the wheel route. Too much air. What a catch! And it's Kana pirouetting. And on the second 4th and long situation of the game, it's a touchdown. Initially, I said too much air. I thought there was, and Kana made a great adjustment, and the touchdown for the Tigers.
Yeah, great play by Kana. Definitely made a defender miss on that one. As I think I agree with you, Blake put a little bit too much air, but just over the far defender, and Kana with a great catch and got into the end zone, got the feet down, and that is a huge play for the Tigers.
Might be a championship clinching play. Snap good, hold good, kick up. It is good, and the Tigers lead back to 10. Oh my. Exhale a little bit. It's been some nervy times today between softball and football, and what a play that was in a critical moment. And see that lobbing up? Defender just missed. A great job by Kana, stumbling into the end zone. Wow. We are into the 4th quarter here as we enter the 4th quarter of the year. 3M Farms, Erie's hometown growing nursery, just north of Colliers Hill Road 3. They've got a selection of landscape shrubs. They typically have fall stuff out there like pumpkins and all kinds of great things. Little, what are those called? Little corns, but what are the cornucopias? I don't know.
I don't know.
But they've always got some fun stuff. Be sure to check them out. They've always got years of experience with their wonderful staff to help you pick the right plants. Locally owned, locally grown. Visit 3M Farms in Erie today.
And with 11:43 left here in the game, Tigers up 2 scores. It's tough for me to see Longmont scoring twice with how methodically slow their offense has been in this game. I mean, anything can happen, but 10 points seems like a lot more than 10 points right now.
Yeah, Longmont keeping it to a score is certainly the game plan. When it's 2 scores, I mean, they just got to, really, they got to keep executing, and then at some point their defense has to make a stop. That's the bottom line there. Braylon Tulliver out there defensively for the Tigers.
And it looks like with the time being an issue, Longmont has gone back to the empty backfield.
There's the pass. There's the bomb. An open man. It was Tolliver that was back there. There's the catch. And the tackle is made. But the longest play of the day for the Trojans. 56 yards on the pass play.
Yeah, and that was one where Tolliver just got caught napping a little bit. And all of a sudden, looks like Longmont is in a chance to get a quick score after the Tigers.
Barnett back out there at safety. Snap, pitch forward to Gaddis. Gaddis gets the edge. runs over Barnett. Tigers trying to strip the ball instead of make the tackle. Multiple Tigers trying to do that. And another good run, that one of 13 yards. And actually that was a little pitch and catch there of 13 yards. Quickly go the Trojans. Well, we talked about not being able to strike quickly. They're making us eat crow here. Literally caught in my throat there, the crow. Trojans trying to go quickly here. I think that was Gaddis on the carry. Pickup of 4. Holmes to the line. Hurry up offense. Snap, handoff. Gaddis trying to lean forward and dives down to the 2. He's about a yard short of the line to gain.
And of course, this is 4-down territory for Longmont, but 3rd and short from the 2.5, 3. Tigers need to come up with something big here, maybe a sack for the first time in this game.
Holmes, Foot in motion. Holmes is going to follow Foot, cuts it inside, breaks the tackle and plunges short of the end zone, but it is a first down. They need it. They had 3rd and 1 on the 3, and it was a 2-yard pickup from Holmes down to the 1. So it's 1st and goal now from about the 1.5. Tigers have not been able to knife into the backfield at all tonight. Snap, give, Gaddis stopped at the line, but the big hog mollies up front push him forward, and the official calling a touchdown. And that was scored lickety-split.
Yeah, first quick score from Longmont, and now Tigers need an answer as they're only up 4-3 barring the extra point.
So the Erie offense will have to execute again because it's back to a 1-score game. And, man, the Trojans played that perfectly. They have upset on their mind. They don't give an ever-loving blankety-blank about Erie going to the state championship last year. They want to just flex their muscles and win this one. And that kick is up, and it is good. And it's a 3-point game. 3-point game. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Kickoff time here. It's Ronan Ward. Breaks a tackle and gets drugged down across the 30 down to the 32-yard line.
And so far in this game, I think this is the biggest drive for the Tigers. They do have pretty good field position to start, but leading by 3 with 9:37, there is a chance that if the Tigers do not score here, they don't see the ball again in this game.
Barnett will come out in the shotgun. Nervy time here. You want to win a league championship, got to execute down the stretch. High snap, handoff up the middle, and Kana submarines his way forward for a pickup of a couple. A little surprised that we have not seen more of Ronan Ward tonight. Had that big play early. Barnett with trips to the near side. High snap again. He'll keep it himself on the read option. Oh, breaks a tackle, spins, rumbles his way forward. A nice run there from Blake Barnett. A pickup of about 13.
Yeah, that was a great play from Blake. Had edge rushers from both sides breaking through. Gets the read option quick and breaks tackles through the center. Picks up a big force down for the Tigers.
So ball up to the 48. Barnett in the shotgun, 2x2, go the wideouts. Barnett, there's Ronan, fake to him, swing pass out to Kana, up the sideline, gets pelted out of bounds. A pickup there of about 6 or 7.
And the Tigers, they just need to keep driving here, 8:36 remaining. And if they score here, it does extend the lead back to 2 scores, and they just need to stop from their defense.
2nd and 3 here for the Tigers. Trips to the near side. Empty backfield for Blake. He'll check the armband. 8:36 remaining here in the quarter. Barnett claps his hands, takes a snap, looks for something quick off the hands of Lusk. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Longmont fans getting excited. Erie fans, at least up here in the booth, holding their breath. Ward in motion. Barnett is going to keep it himself, left side, has the first down, and then staggers out of bounds just shy of the 40, and a Longmont Trojan is down out there on the edge. A 4-yard pickup and a first down for Blake Barnett, and one of the Trojans shaken up on the play. That is Grant Cummings, and he can't put any weight on his leg. First and 10 for the Tigers. I hope Grant's okay. Let's see if the Tigers attack that edge where he left. High snap again. They'll pull it out. Nice pass to Kogel down the seam. Blake has done a nice job of pulling that on the read option and firing it down the seam a couple times tonight.
And now after that play, Tigers have moved in almost to the red zone, and they look here, as I said earlier, to extend their lead back to 2 scores.
First and 10, ball at the 24. Lusk will now drop to the other side. 8 minutes exactly in this game. Barnett gets the snap, looks right, fires the slant. It's Lettuce, he has it at the 15. Oh, and he was a shoestring tackle away from churning that one into the end zone. A pickup there of 14 yards from Barnett to Lettuce.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle there by Tristan Wrench, and that kept Longmont in a position to maybe make a stop here.
First and goal from exactly the 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett, he'll keep it himself. Makes a guy miss, makes 2 guys miss, and a fantastic run for Blake Barnett. Just kind of dipsy-doodling his way to the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like for a second there he was going to be dropped for a loss, but Blake, great job, as you said, getting into the end zone, and the Tigers have re-extended their lead back to 2 scores.
Oh, man, that is the breathing room, almost literally in this case, for the Tigers. Goodness. The kick is up, and it is good, and it's back to a 10-point lead for the Tigers. We'll catch our breath here for a moment here on the Erie Tiger Network.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Harner set to boot this one. Deep for the Tigers. And Longmont fans, they don't like that fake onside kick, but I don't know that we liked it either until we loved it last year. This one is end over end, gonna be through the end zone, touchback.
And so the Tigers defense comes back onto the field looking for an answer to this Longmont run game. Longmont has scored 3 times. Last time out, they scored real quick, and Tigers got the answer on the offensive side of the ball, but the run game for Longmont has been really good all night.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Holmes again alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looks, fires it out and put that one in the turf. Tigers have changed their defensive kind of backfield alignments a little bit. They're kind of manning up over that slot a little more. I wouldn't be surprised to see the coaches tell a Tiger to jump that out route, because Longmont has gone to it time and time again. In fact, Terra Nova now guarding that slot. There's that out route. Tigers keeping everything in front of them, and a 7-yard pickup there from Holmes to Gaddis.
Yeah, and seems like really, other than a few big plays, the Longmont passing game has been that out route to Bryson Strandberg. And I think Tigers will eventually recognize that and could get a big turnover in this game.
Tigers trying to apply pressure from the backside. Throw into the middle. It's tipped up. Was it intercepted? No. Barnett could not hold on to it. He's the one that had a chance at the tipped pass. And now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and on this drive, Longmont has gone in the air 3 times, and that time it almost cost them. And now 4th down. This is the biggest play of the game. I've said that a couple times, but Tigers come up with a stop here, and they could extend their lead even more.
So 4th down and 3. Holmes in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off. Gaddis has the 1st down, had to get across the 30 and got it up to the 33.
Yeah, and a great job by Longmont. Other than that first time out where they turned it over at their own 25, they have been clean on converting on those 4th downs.
Now Holmes waiting, and Terranova just kind of ran Strandberg out of bounds, eliminated an option there, and no one open, so Holmes had to chuck it away.
I think Terranova may have gotten away with one there. He definitely knocked the receiver of Longmont out of bounds and onto the turf, but the Tigers will take that, and now 2nd down for Longmont.
6:29 remaining in this game. Holmes in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks right, still looking, fires the corner route, and Barnett, he's going to get, almost thought he was going to get flagged for that. He made a big hit on the receiver, and actually Coach Geiger saying, hey man, don't do that. It actually looked like Blake was going for the big hit, and at the very end, maybe pulled up just a touch. I don't know. That was a collision out there. And Blake, he's fast and he's big. Hard to slow down when you're that fast and big.
Yeah, this is one of the first times this game that the Tigers have forced a 3rd and 10 out of Longmont.
Snap, give in the middle. And the Tigers, you know, in the run game, they're kind of just stopping and waiting for the ball carrier to come to them instead of attacking the ball carrier.
Yeah, and now another 4th down for Longmont. And looks like they may go back to the pistol play again.
Handoff, Gaddis, right side, and another 1st down, and then some again. So another 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, the running game has been consistent for Longmont, but I think they're concerned about the clock, and that has been shown in their play calling going through the air, and they've had to go to the running game whenever they need the clutch play.
5:45 remaining here in this one. Tigers playing 2 deep. Terranova. Oh, that snap is over the head of Holmes. He's trying to pick it up, and he is going to be sacked all the way back at the 29.
Man, that is the 2nd time this game that the snap has gone high over Holmes. And the first time he made a great play to get a 1st down out of it, but this time Tigers jump on him, and now Broomfield is in 2nd and miles to go.
An 18-yard loss will bring up 2nd and 28. And the shotgun is Holmes. They're going to have to probably go through the air now, looking for something quick. Fires over the middle, and it's caught down to the 40. Got a chunk of it back. They picked up 11.
Tigers did a good job covering the out route. That was Holmes' first option, then went over the middle. A good catch there by the receiver, but still it is 3rd and 17.
Holmes in the shotgun. Tigers can pin their ears back a little bit here. High snap, throwing the fade, and giving chase to that one was Firebaugh. He read that well. The Tigers want, well, I thought they were asking for intentional grounding.
Man, this is first time Longmont has had anywhere near this long of a 4th down, and they need a huge play here to keep themselves in this game with 4:24 left on the clock. They've burned a lot of clock on this drive.
Well, Kogel and company up front, you can pin your ears back. They've got to get to the 43-yard line to convert. That's a high snap. A great catch by Holmes to get it. Here comes a flag. A deep pass down the field. Almost a spectacular catch. Longmont wanted interference. There is a flag.
Looks like it's going to be holding on Longmont and a turnover on downs.
Holding Longmont. The penalties decline, and Erie will get the football, and they are 4:15 away from clinching their league championship. It was a hard-fought game. Longmont with a heck of a game plan. But in the end, the Tiger offense executed when it needed to, and now they just need to execute a few runs to melt off 4:15. Still plenty of time left. Tigers going to be aggressive here. They have Evan Rierick out there with Barnett in the slot. And, I mean, they've got 3 quarterbacks on the field right now. They'll send Ward in motion. There's one of the quarterbacks. It's a handoff to him. It's Ronan Ward. He's explosive. He gets to the edge, and he's finally ridden down inbounds. They'll say he got down inbounds at the 32.
Yeah, great job by Ward to stay in bounds and keep the clock running. Eventually, we will see Longmont. I cannot get Longmont's name. I want to call him Lions. I want to call him Broomfield. They still have 3 timeouts remaining. It is the blue. It is the blue.
Only give Ward actually about 7 on the play. Rierick again, still in there. He's going to hand it off to Lusk. He's got a big hole, and Lusk has first down yardage. The ball popped out, and I think Longmont jumped on it. Hard to tell who popped on it or if it went out of bounds, and it's Erie ball. Oh, they caught a massive break there.
Yeah, got the extra yardage on the fumble. Definitely, as you said, a big break. And now Tigers in the red zone, 3:30 remaining, looking to extend their lead.
Tigers really taking their time here. 3:10 and count. In fact, I think they're going to call a timeout perhaps as the play clock gets down to 1. Coach Geiger, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and they'll call a timeout with 2:51 remaining here in the game. They will take a timeout. Well, that gives us a moment to name our Worth Chiropractic Good Health Good Player of the game. You know, we'll give it to 2 people. How can you not give it to Blake Barnett? 75 yards rushing, 228 through the air, but we'll also we'll split it between him and Trey Kana. Trey Kana making a huge play, made the defensive break up there at the end. He made a couple big catches. In fact, Kana 44 yards on the ground, 30 yards through the air, including that big 4th down catch touchdown. At Worth Chiropractic, they combine patient-centered care. Hey, we just combined players of the game and evidence-informed chiropractic care in treating patients. They want to get you out of your pain as quickly as possible and get you back to doing the things you love. Get them or check them out today at worthchiro.com. Rurick going to hand it off. Ronan Ward around the edge, stumbles. Oh, gets stood up and then pushed backward, almost folded backward. But a pickup there of 9.
And run by the offensive Erie keeps the clock running. Still 3 timeouts left for Longmont, but seems like they may hold off on them and just let the clock run down.
2:24 left. 1 more first down. Well, Longmont does have all 3 timeouts. I think if Erie gets a first down, you'll start seeing him use it. It's Barnett and Lusk in the backfield. Barnett, high snap, give to Lusk, and Lusk leans his way forward. That's going to be a first down. The ref signaled it. Couple yards there for Gavin Lusk. And now it is 1st and goal. So 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Tigers want to milk every second of clock they can here. Barnett looking, he'll get the snap with just a couple seconds left. Shimmies in and out of a tackle, and Barnett soars into the end zone for another touchdown. Another dazzling short run for Blake Barnett. And Blake, 82 yards on the ground. He is responsible for 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, 5 total touchdowns tonight for Barnett. And at 37-21, the Tigers are going to be your league champions.
And a game for the Tigers, maybe one a little bit to forget, but in this scenario, they don't ask you how, they ask you how many, and the Tigers will take that league title and will take that home football game in the playoffs, and they survive another week.
Tigers, in a lot of ways, have just kind of survived this season, and hopefully that will bode for them well in the next 3, 4, 5 weeks of football, because the theme will be survive and advance. By the way, some other scores pouring in from around 4A. Palmer Ridge, big winners over Cheyenne Mountain. They remain undefeated. Vista Ridge rolls through Rampart. That's a final, 40-7. Pueblo West rolls through Coronado, 49-7. Ponderosa leading Thomas Jefferson by 1 point. And anything to help Erie's RPI, that would be a little boost for Erie should Ponderosa win and continue to improve their record. Dakota Ridge just dominated Grand Junction, and you talk about maybe a sneaky team in the playoffs. I would say that would be Dakota Ridge. In terms of RPI standings for the Tigers, they came into this game at 12. Holmes in the shotgun, takes the snap, quick out route, and a big hit. Trey Kana near the sideline. Heritage, they win 28-3 over Aurora Central. Broomfield squeaking by Fruita Monument 21-14. That was probably a heck of a game.
Yeah, big win for Broomfield. Now I won't be able to say I went 6-0 on D-Ridge picks. And Broomfield has to beat Heritage next week to win their league.
And intercepted. Firebaugh will take it the other way. And Dylan Firebaugh, a pick six. Big moment for that fella. Dylan Firebaugh, writer for the Tiger Times and the Erie Tiger Network News. Tigers are going to get flagged for maybe excessive celebration, but a pick six for the sophomore.
Yeah, and finally Tigers come up with a turnover. I know we had already flagged this game as over, but definitely a big play for the defense, who had struggled all night, coming up with the score in the dying moments of this game.
(44-21). I think someone asked why we don't have the time. We came directly from softball. Very complicated to get time on the road. We have a special device hooked into our own scoreboard at home that pulls in real-time scoreboard data. On the road, kind of have to manually do it, and that is too difficult in the time constraints that we had. Just in case you're wondering which one of you were. So dead ball, and it's a personal foul, and Caleb Harner will come on to make it a 21-45 game. As that kick is up, and it is pulled wide left. And so it will stay at 21-44. But the Tigers, and it was their execution in key moments on offense that I think ultimately is the story of this game for Erie. You had really both offenses doing an excellent job. Longmont stopped a couple times, but they controlled the ball throughout the game. And then when Erie got it, they made the most of their possessions on just about every drive except maybe the first drive.
Yeah, I feel like one of the stories of this game was the sheer quantity of fourth down attempts by both teams. Broomfield was very strong other than the first drive. The Tigers also were very strong other than the first drive. And most of the clutch points for the Tigers were on fourth down, with the one big play early in the game on 4th and 11 on what looked like maybe was going to be a pooch punt that was handed off to Blake Barnett, who threw a dime down the sideline. And then again on 4th and I want to say 8, with the Tigers only up 3, and Barnett looking maybe overthrew or aired out the ball a little bit too much, but Trey Connick coming with a clutch catch, and that was a big moment in this game for the Tigers, and that is a big part of why they have won this game tonight.
Yeah, that catch by Trey was maybe the catch of the year for this Tiger team. So 1:20 remaining. We'll see how much Longmont has left in the tank here. Holmes still out there in the shotgun. And a catch, and Preston Terranova will ride the defender out of bounds. And a good job of jumping that route was Dylan Firebaugh, but I think he got shaken up on the play. And they're going to throw a flag. I don't know if they're saying this is a targeting or what. It wasn't up near the head or neck area, but Firebaugh tweaked his knee or leg on the hit. And you hope he's okay. I thought they threw a flag.
Obviously not.
Clearly not. .51 seconds left here in this game. Holmes in the pistol. He'll hand it off up the middle. And the Tigers will stop that one as it approaches the 39. 26 seconds left here. Holmes fires the quick out, and Preston Terranova came up and made the play. I think he was sniffing an interception there, trying to, breaking hard on the ball. 10 seconds left. This should do it. Longmont gets set. 2 left on the clock. And the time has run out. Didn't get the snap off in time. And the Erie Tigers, they win it 44-21. And they will improve in league play to 3-0. They will have their final league game next week as they take on Greeley West. And the Tigers, victorious and league champions. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. We're going to pack up here as quickly as we can. We're tired. We got softball in the morning. Mission accomplished for the Tigers. A special thanks to Keegan McKenzie, who was operating our score bug in the other room from an iPad, coming in clutch. Abby Umbenauer, who was our producer. Umbenauer, trying to get it right. Chad Jameson, as always, our camera operator tonight, doing a fantastic job, giving you a good look with one camera setup. And then, well, any final thoughts, Dylan?
Well, I think this may be a little bit of a game to forget for the Tigers defense, but Tigers do come up with the win, and they take the league, and they will get to host a home playoff game in a couple weeks. But I think if you're the Tigers, you just put this one in the rearview mirror and you move on to the next week.
All right, that's going to do it. You see the Tiger team celebrating their league championship in the end zone. For Keegan, Abby, Chad, and Dylan, I'm Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.